So Michael, is the stream up and running? Thank you. Go ahead, Ron.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Clark County Regional Flood Control District Citizens Advisory Committee of May 2nd, 2022. It's virtual. I'm going to turn the meeting over to Steve Parrish.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and call roll just to verify everyone on the phone. So when you hear your name, if you could take yourself off mute and say that you're present, I'd appreciate it. And I'll note for the record that Ron Newell is on the call. Jessica Preston. Larry Carr.
Here.
Bertha Gutierrez.
Here.
Harshal Desai. Jim Giordano. Brian Wilson. Bill Starmer.
Present.
Norm Ashford. And Kareem Barrigan.
Present.
Thank you. I show 5 members present. We do have a quorum. Item number 1 is comments by the general public. This is the first time set aside for comments by the general public. Is there anyone on the call wishing to address the committee this afternoon?
Steve, could I just say one thing? Since we only have 5 of you here, it's important that you all stay on. And if somebody does have to leave, please let us know because it will undo our quorum. But so I just wanted you to know that. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Any other comments? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 2, which is action to approve the agenda with the deletion of any items. So Chair, the agenda is in order for approval. Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
Ron Newell, motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Thank you. There's a motion on the floor from Ron Newell for approval. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Whoops.
Was that an aye?
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. That motion carries unanimously. Item 3 is action to approve the minutes of the April 4, 2022 meeting. Mr. Chair, the minutes are in order for approval. Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
Berta Gutierrez with Clark County, move to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Thank you. There's a motion on the floor for approval from Bertha Gutierrez. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. And that motion carries unanimously. Next slide, please. Item 4 is action to accept the financial reports. Mr. Chair, we did get the sales tax numbers for the month of February. Again, saw really good sales tax numbers. We were budgeted 8.1 million, and we actually received about 10.8 million, which is about 33% above what we budgeted. For the year, we're at 92.8 million, which is about 19.5 million above what was in our estimates, or about 26.7%. So sales tax continues to be strong. We're showing on this rolling 12-month sales tax chart the continuous climb from February 2021 out of the drop due to the pandemic. So we just continue to see strong numbers coming in, and that's good news for us. With that, staff would recommend that you accept the financial reports. Happy to answer any questions. Any questions or comments? Entertain a motion.
This is Larry Carr from Boulder City. I entertain a motion that we accept the financial report.
Thank you. There's a motion on the floor for to accept the report from Larry Carr. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. That motion carries unanimously. Next slide, please. Item 5 is action to adopt amendments to the 10-year construction program. Mr. Chair, these are amendments to the program for fiscal impacts that occur later in the agenda. Staff recommends approval. Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve item number 5.
Thank you. There's a motion on the floor for approval from Ron Newell. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. And that motion carries unanimously. Slide, please. Item 6 is action to accept the final accounting reports and close out the interlocal contracts for the following projects: Tropicana and Flamingo Washes, and the Las Vegas Wash Sloan Channel to Cedar Avenue. Mr. Chair, these two closeouts will return $398,530.59. Just wanted to call your attention to the Tropicana and Flamingo Washes project. This was a core project that was started in 1994. We built 6 new detention basins, modified 2 other detention basins, and built 28 miles of channels and storm drains with this project. So it was a pretty huge project, over $300 million total, of which we paid 75%, which was roughly about $75 million. So just kind of a kudos to the county for getting this project done, working with the federal government to get this project completed. And it's kind of a milestone to close it out. So just wanted to point that out. With that, staff would recommend approval. Any discussion?
Oops.
Entertain a motion.
Bill Starmer, City of Las Vegas, move to approve item number 6.
Okay. Motion on the floor for approval from Bill Starmer. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. And that motion carries unanimously. Item 7 is action to authorize the general manager, chief engineer to issue a request for proposals from interested and qualified engineering firms, select a consultant, and negotiate a professional service contract to prepare a flood control master plan update for the Las Vegas Valley. Mr. Chair, we are required by NRS to update our master plans every 5 years. The next one that's due up is the Las Vegas Valley Master Plan, which is due to be updated in 2023. So we're getting started on that effort. This is one of the biggest updates that we do. It's for the entire Las Vegas Valley, including North Las Vegas, Henderson, Las Vegas, and unincorporated Clark County in the city here. So it's a big project, and we're hoping we get lots of good candidates. And with that, staff would recommend approval. Any discussion or questions?
The Boulder City is actually the next one up, Steve, but we're starting on this one because it's such a big effort. We're selecting a consultant early.
Thank you. That was Andrew Trelease for the record. Any other comments or questions?
I guess make sure I'm understanding this lyric car of Boulder City. So what was up next with Boulder City? The master plan?
Yeah, the master plan update for Boulder City is also due and it's underway right now. So the district staff is working with the Boulder City staff to get that update done.
Is that part of this item, or is that just something different? That was just a comment.
That was just a comment. It's not part of this item. This item is only for the Las Vegas Valley Master Plan.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that. I was just making sure I understood. Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Ron Newell, approve item number 7.
There's a motion on the floor to approve item number 7. By Ron Newell. Any discussion on that motion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. That motion carries unanimously. Next slide, please. Item 8 is discussion and possible action to approve the prioritization of projects 10-year construction program and fiscal year 2022-2023 project list. Mr. Chair, this is a reminder item for mostly for the members of TAC, the Technical Advisory Committee, to get their 10-year construction program drafts into the flood control district. They have all done that. All 6 entities have submitted their different plans. Staff, Regional Flood Control District staff, under the leadership of Todd Myers, our engineering director, is currently reviewing all of the different submittals from each of the different agencies and compiling those into one plan. That work is underway, and we will be presenting the 10-year construction program the June board cycle. So should go to the May CAC and TAC and June board. So there's no action required on this item, really just to receive an update, but I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any. Hearing none, we'll move on to the discussion and construction items. Item 9 is action to approve a master plan amendment for Monson Channel, Jimmy Durante to Boulder Highway, Clark County. Clark County is requesting an amendment to the master plan to change the Monson Channel. We do have a presentation prepared for this item, and Mr. Steve Jones with CH2M will be presenting this project. So Steve, are you ready? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm ready. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Steve Jones. Like Steve said, I'm from CH2M. I'm representing the county's presentation here for the project Monson Channel, Jimmy Durante to Boulder Highway, amendment to the current Las Vegas Valley Master Plan update. So next slide. So on this slide is a picture of where the project is. We are in the Clark County, unincorporated Clark County on the east side of town, near Sam's Town right now. There's an existing channel, concrete channel that runs from essentially Nellis to Jimmy Durante and along on the south side of Flamingo. And we have begun technical design on the project and have determined through technical design that the existing channel does not have the capacity to convey the ultimate condition flows that are expected by the current master plan in this corridor. And so therefore we need to remove and replace it with a larger size channel facility. So next slide. So here is what the master plan looks like today. In this alignment. And normally you would see if something was undersized, you would see red on top of the blue. But as you can see, the master plan didn't anticipate that this channel was undersized, so therefore it's all blue. Next slide. And therefore, with our amendment, you can see that we are adding channel throughout the whole corridor, and the yellow represents the limits of this master plan amendment. And after this master plan amendment's done, this is what the regional plan will look like for this corridor. Next slide. Here is a slide. If you care to look at all the numbers, this is what the numbers and the extra facilities look like. I guess probably the main thing on this slide is on the left side of the table is what the facilities are based off of the current master plan. And then the right side is what the facilities will be after adoption of the master plan amendment. And you can see we have 4 new facilities that represents the new channel that that the county is interested in installing to convey the larger capacity flows. Next slide. And with that, with the addition of those new facilities, there's a cost difference of a little over $9 million more. But like I said, that's representative of the case that existing channel is undersized. And in order to meet the hydraulic criteria that Regional Flood Control District dictates for all their funded facilities, a new channel is required. And so therefore the cost increase. Next slide. And with that, we feel like we're in conformance with Nevada revised statutes, which is, providing the most effective structural and regulatory means for correcting existing problems of flooding in the area and dealing with probable effects of future development. Next slide. I'm open to any questions if anybody has any. Hopefully it wasn't echoey. I heard a little bit of an echo.
You sounded good. Any questions for Steve? Okay. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
So with that, staff would recommend that you follow the recommendation as listed in the backup in the agenda item. Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
Bill Starmer, City of Las Vegas, move to approve item number 9.
Can I just clarify for the record that you're moving to follow the staff recommendation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. There's a motion on the floor to follow staff recommendation. Any discussion on that motion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. And that motion carries unanimously. Item 10 is Gowan North, El Capitan Branch and Road to Centennial Parkway, City of Las Vegas. Item 10A is action to approve the first supplemental interlocal contract for construction to increase funding. Item 10B is to receive a report on the award of bid for construction. Mr. Chair, item 10A is a supplement to the construction interlocal contract with a fiscal impact of $1,191,349. This money is necessary to cover the low bid on this project. And then item 10B is the report on the award of bid on April 7th, 2022. 7 bids were received on this project. The recommended best bid is to William Charles Incorporated in the amount of $10,474,239.85, which is 24.1% above the engineer's estimate that was submitted to board. Staff recommends approval of item 10A. No actions required on item 10B. It's just to receive a report. Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
Ron Newell, approve item number 10A.
Thank you. There's a motion on the floor for approval for item 10A from Ron Newell. Any discussion on that motion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. And that motion carries unanimously. Next slide, please. Item 11 is action to approve the 16th supplemental interlocal contract for design to increase funding for the Orchard Detention Basin. Mr. Chair, this is a supplement to the design interlocal for this project with a total fiscal impact of $1.5 million. The bulk of this funding is needed to purchase right-of-way from 2 private parcels through which this facility will pass through. Staff recommends approval. Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
This is Larry Carr, Boulder City. I make a motion to approve item number 11.
Thank you. There's a motion on the floor for approval from Larry Carr. Any discussion on that motion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. That motion carries unanimously. Next slide, please. Item 12 is comments by the general public. This is the second time set aside for comments by the general public on any item related to the Regional Flood Control District. Is there anyone on the call wishing to address the committee this afternoon? I got 2 things to comment on. First, I wanted to thank the members that attended the CAC tour. I think it went pretty well last week. I also want to thank staff. We had a really good turnout. We had not only CAC members, but members of the general public actually showed up, and 1 member from the technical advisory committee showed up, and 1 member from the design division over at Clark County Public Works came. So I think that was pretty well-rounded, really good turnout, and it's a lot of work putting those tours together, and Michelle French did a great job getting that done, our public information manager. So thanks to her and the rest of staff that helped with the logistics, and we're looking forward to doing the tour again in a couple of years. We may move it to the fall and hopefully try to avoid some of the wind. It seems like it's windy all the time when we do it in the spring, so maybe we'll move it to the fall next time. The other thing is, this is going to be the last virtual meeting with the COVID numbers dropping, or at least low, and or staying relatively low. We think it's safe to start meeting in person again. So starting, right, look at the date. I think it's May 26th. Note that's a Thursday because the Monday meeting fell on Memorial Day, so the meeting was moved to May 26th. So that meeting will be held in public or in person here at the district office. We'll be holding it in room 108 like we used to in the past. No masks are required in the even to come through the lobby now at the flood control building. So I think it's that's a good thing. So I'm glad to get back to kind of normal. And that's all I have. Does anybody else have any comments or questions?
Just an FYI, that particular day will be my grandson's graduation from high school, so I will not be in attendance.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
Yep.
And just for the record, I'm still be stuck in California, so I won't be there either.
You can still call in. You just won't be able to see the screen.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can participate by phone if you want.
I'll be available to do that. So
Okay.
I could probably open the meeting if you would read it.
Yeah, we can probably do that. It'd probably be better if you're going to be on the phone to have me do it. So
Yeah, because I probably won't have the agenda either. So
okay,
I may be able to call in as well. Depends on timing.
okay. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Mr. Newell to close out the meeting.
all right, everybody, thank you for being here virtually, and looking forward to seeing you one day soon. So I'm going to close the meeting at 3:25.
Thank you.
You.